Welcome back for another book haul. I have got a number of books to talk about, so let's just jump in. So a lot of these are just really random. Starting off really random, we've got this one. Is it witchy? No. Is it my life? Yes. Daily Writing Resilience, 365 Meditations and Inspirations for Writers, and it is by Brian E. Robinson, PhD. So I don't know. It's kind of witchy. It's got meditations, but yeah, it's a big old book. See if it's any good. Next, we've got another of the classics by Sandra, and I never know how to say her last name, but these are like, she just writes a whole bunch of mostly the kind of guidebooks, so I don't know if it's gonna be good. We'll find out, but it does have like really pretty pages in here, so interesting. Maybe it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good. Then we have got kind of a little but kind of not book. It's small but thick. So this is The Good Witch's Guide, a modern day guide, or wow, The Good Witch's Guide, a modern day Wikipedia of magical ingredients and spells by Sean Robbins and Charity DeBell. Again, with the names. But yeah, it's huge. Next, we've got this one. Letting Go of Good. Story of all of my books. Dispel the Myth of Goodness to Find Your Genuine Self by Andrea Matthews. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. Maybe. I feel like it's something that a lot of creatives kind of have to embrace at some point. I definitely abandoned the idea of perfect a very long time ago in my writing, because it's like, you know what? The people who like would argue that like, you have to do it perfectly, it's gotta be perfect, are the same people that like, they haven't finished their books yet. And I've done 9. And so it's like, you know, I'm working on 10 and 11 right now, and it's like, yeah, they might not be the best. They could definitely always, any project ever really could always have room for improvement, just in general. And so when you learn to just embrace like good enough, then you can actually do better with your skills. Again, it's the pottery class analogy of like, you split the students in half does one project the whole semester, they work on it, they get it as perfect as they can, the other makes as many as they can. Who ends up with the better skill at the end? These guys, the guys who went off and they did a bunch, because you learn from your mistakes, you learn what worked, what doesn't, techniques, different things, you try it out, versus just one attempt, and you just have that pressure. So I feel like, I'm hoping that book's gonna be on that level, you know, just like, just do it, man, it's fine. Now if I could get the book sales to go with it, that would really help my cause. Because like, it's always good to be like, oh yeah, do the thing, and then other people still aren't making money, and you're like, yep, I know. But also, just being an author in general, it's a not easy kind of career to get into and like to make money. I think rapid release though is like the option, because like, again, cozy books, those readers run through them just as fast as like romance readers. And so like, if I can nail that and like actually like accomplish it, maybe that's my niche to pay my bills. Could be, you never know. Anyways, that was a side tangent. This one, I didn't know this existed. So if you remember, very similar vibe, we had the Kitchen Table Tarot. Now we have Kitchen Table Magic. Did this come first? Don't know. But I loved Kitchen Table Tarot, yes. Ooh, she also has Tarot Elements and the guidebook for Scorpio Sea Tarot. Intrigued. But I loved the other book, so I'm sure I'm gonna love this one too. Next, these have been my savior. These little tiny books, they actually don't go as fast as the Llewellyn little books, to be honest. These are actually very dense, despite being so small. And you know how I know that? You know how I know that? Here is my stack of books I just finished this weekend. A lot of them are the little bit books, whatever. Because I have been psychotically getting books. My out books from the library, last time I checked, was 47. The limit is 50. Like this bookshelf, oh yeah, we still got books going on. And I have 2 book hauls we're doing. I decided to split them. And then also I have another stack to still go get. So like, there's a lot. So these little ones have been awesome, because it's like, cool, get through. Because this compared to big books, they take a lot longer. These ones, it's like cool, quick little snippety snip, and then I'm done, and then I can just return them and be done. So I can get the other ones that still need to get. That's the thing, is it's like I'll put in a bunch of requests and then they don't come in forever. Like some will immediately come in. Like a lot of my fiction ones, they like immediately pop up because they usually have multiple copies. And then these ones, sometimes it'll be like the next couple days, it'll be like immediately like, oh, it's shipped, oh, it's arrived, blah, 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 it's ready. And then others, it will take a while. I have some that I've been on the list for like weeks or months, and then they just suddenly all hit at once, and you're like, oh God. Because sometimes I'll be waiting, like I'm waiting for like 10 other books. They're still in just status received, and it's just chilling there. And you're like, cool. And so eventually they will come in at some point. But then sometimes they all hit at once, and you're like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, I had to rapid read through a lot of these little ones to make sure I could go get more. Yeah, it's fine. I'm excited for this one. Maybe the runes will be good, because so far most of them have been pretty spot on for introduction to whatever the topic is, so I'm very intrigued. And then the last one for this book haul, we've got this one. So this is Crystals for Beginners, a guide to collecting and using stones and crystals. I don't know how to say that name. Corrine? Kenner? Names. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't, okay. Weird. So she's also the author of Tall Dark Stranger. That feels like a romance book, doesn't it? Or like a thriller, not a witchcraft book. And then we have tarot journaling, which is like, yeah, that checks more. And then Strange But True. Don't know. Which way is it gonna swing? Because Tall Dark Stranger doesn't feel very witchy, personally. I don't know. But anyways, we got this one. So that is all for this first book haul. I am so excited. These are pretty much, I think, all going to be February books, because I still gotta finish, again, the ones from this month. So, and again, I have my whole stack that I still need to record today. There's a lot of books coming up. I hope that you will subscribe. If you have read any of these, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. A huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.